Sandesh? Hello, Sandesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Put on unofficial to join fast.
Okay, ma'am.
D division, all are from D division only. C division, nobody is there. Let me check. We'll start today's lecture. Okay. So till yesterday we have started with how do we start tracing a Cartesian curve. Okay. Let's just revise those points. The first point was symmetry. When both the powers of x are equal, the curve is symmetric about y-axis. And if the power of y are even, then the curve is symmetric about x-axis. It is opposite while looking at the symmetry of x-axis and y-axis. Just a second. Can you see the board?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So first one was symmetry. The curve is said to be symmetric about x-axis if all the powers of y are equal, and the curve is symmetric about y-axis if powers of x are equal. If both the powers are equal, then the curve is symmetric about both axes. Then what else about symmetry we have checked? If we replace x by minus x and y by minus y, and what happens? All the function remains same. Then we say that it is symmetric in opposite quadrant or about origin. After that, we saw symmetry about the line y is equal to x. If I replace y by x and x by y and the equation remains same, then the curve is said to be symmetric about the line y is equal to x. Similarly for y is equal to minus x. Okay. Then where does the origin lie? If there is no absolute constant in the given equation of curve, then origin lies on the curve. So once the origin is there, what you have to check is you have to find for tangent at origin. So how do you find tangent at origin? Compare the smallest degree term to 0. Compare the smallest degree term to 0 and find out the tangents. If there is only one, then it will be touching, the curve will be touching the line at that point. If there are two, then it will be obviously it will be touching, but there will be the point will be double point. Since there are two tangents, either the tangents are equal or they are distinct. If the tangents are distinct, then it's a node, and if the tangents are equal, it is a cusp. Yesterday we have saw this, we have seen this in detail. Okay. Then after that, after tangents at origin, we saw intersects. Intersection with x-axis and y-axis. When you put y is equal to 0, you get the x-intercept. When you put x is equal to 0, you get the y-intercept. After that, we saw asymptote, parallel to x-axis, parallel to y-axis. How do we get the asymptote parallel to x-axis and parallel to y-axis? Just revise it, recollect it. It is compare the coefficient of highest power of x to 0. For example, you have x square has to be the highest power, and its coefficient is say y square minus a square is equal to y square minus a square. Then compare y square minus a square is equal to 0, and from there you get the asymptote parallel to x-axis. Coefficient of highest power of x should be equated to 0. Similarly, for asymptote parallel to y-axis will be compare the coefficient of highest power of y to 0. That will give you asymptote parallel to y-axis. Then we have seen, we have not written actually, but just seen in general that if dy by dx is 0, then at the point P, if dy by dx, that I have sent in the notes, if dy by dx at the point P, x1 comma y1, if this is suppose 0, dy by dx at the point x1 comma y1 is 0, then we have a tangent parallel to what? We get a tangent parallel to x-axis, na? Wake up and try to recollect what we did yesterday. dy by dx at a point P, x1, y1 is equal to 0. We get a tangent which is parallel to x-axis. Can you hear me, students?
Yes,
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So dy by yes, so if dy by dx is 0, then is the tangent parallel to x-axis. This we have done yesterday. I just told you in
Yes,
short.
ma'am.
Tan theta is nothing but dy by dx, na? Slope of the curve L is given by tan theta. That is 0. That means theta is 0.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
What I mean by theta is 0? The slope of the tangent with the positive x-axis is 0. Slope of the tangent with positive x-axis is 0. So what's the angle made by the line which is tangential? It is 0. So that line should be parallel. Now I can shift this line down. So the angle is 0. Is it okay? So we get if dy by dx is 0, then the tangent is parallel to x-axis. Can you tell me what is that line? What is the tangent? You know the point. With the help of that,
Y
can you,
equals to A.
obviously it will be y is equal to a, but which a? At which point it is becoming 0?
Y1.
Correct. So your point is x1, y1. Na? So what's the y coordinate of that point? Y1. So y is
Y1.
equal to y1 is the line which is tangent and that is parallel to x-axis. Is it clear? Is this clear? dy by dx is 0. dy by dx is 0. That means we have that the slope of that line with positive x-axis is 0. That means the line is parallel to x-axis. Any two lines which are parallel has angle 0. That's why the line is parallel to x-axis because theta is nothing but angle between x-axis and the tangent line. So it is line which is having the y coordinate fixed. But where I am taking the dy by dx value to be 0 at the point x1 comma y1. So what's the y coordinate? Y1 is the y coordinate. So the line is y equal to y1. Is it okay? So for that, first of all, we have to find out this point P1 x1 y1. Can you tell me what is that x1 y1 point? If this is a tangent, the point can be here, the point can be here, the point can be here, anywhere because this line is tangent, right? So then the curve can be like this, or the curve can be like this, and so on. Samajhte क्या? Do you understand what I am trying to say? What is the meaning of y is equal to y1 is the tangent? The curve will touch this line exactly at one point. So what is this point P x1 y1? Whether it is 0 y1 or whether it is some x1 y1, that you identify. And how you identify that? Either it will be x-intercept, y-intercept, or some other point by symmetry of y is equal to x line and so on. समझ में आ रहा है ना? ये पॉइंट हम लोगों को फाइंड करने पड़ेंगे इक्वेशन. सो जैसे हम लोगों ने फाइंड किया है ना, पहले इंटरसेप्ट पॉइंट्स, those will give value to these points. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you have understood this, tell me what is it dy by dx is equal to infinity, and then we'll start drawing the curve. Okay. Region of axis and of. This is first thing. Second thing is dy by dx at the point P x1 y1 is infinity. Then what about tangent? What can you say?
X is equals to X1.
X is equal to, correct, is the
X1.
tangent at P parallel to y axis. Is it okay?
Y axis.
X is equal to x. Clear? Yes, that is about special points and tangents. Huh? Special points This I have sent in the notes already. Special points and their elements. And the last one which is left is the region of absence. This is very important point. Region of absence. With the help of this, you'll be able to tell where the curve is not existing, and obviously in the remaining region the curve will exist. Region of absence. So obviously, what is given to you? The function is of the type f of x comma y is equal to 0. F of x comma y is equal to 0. So initially, what you do is check whether you can convert. Check whether you can convert the function as explicit in x or y. What do you mean by explicit function in x or y? Y is equal to either f of x or x is equal to f of y. If I am able to write this, then it becomes very simple to find the region of absence. Is this okay? Do you understand what is the meaning of convert the given function to explicit form? It won't be given in directly that form. Suppose the equation is given as x square into x square minus a square is equal to y square plus x square, something like that. Then is it possible to convert y square in terms of x square, write down the equation properly, and write y on one side and x on other side? So it becomes an explicit function. Is this clear? What is the meaning of explicit function? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So try to convert first the given equation in explicit form. Y is equal to f of x or x is equal to f of y. Now tell me, what do you think region of absence will be? What is the literal meaning of region of absence?
And would the curve will contain origin or not?
Origin, if it is there or not, that already we have checked. Now, how we check whether origin is there or not?
By absolute constant.
Yes, with the help of absolute constant. Now I am talking about region of absence of the curve. What does it suggest you? नाम से क्या समझ में आ रहा है? क्या लगता है? क्या होगा? ठीक है, guess ना?
Where the curve can't exist.
Correct. Where the curve is not going to be present. Region of absence means what of the curve? इस region में curve नहीं होगा. Okay, that means the real value of that y or x is not present for that particular region, in that interval. Abhi what we are drawing, we are trying to draw the things on x and y axis, na? We are in two variables only. So we are going to get the values of x either x के ये values के लिए y exist नहीं होगा. Are you getting it? What is the meaning of region of absence? x के ये value के लिए for this values of x y won't exist, or for this value of y x won't exist, and obviously that will give us the boundary कि इसके आगे curve नहीं होगा, इसके left hand side में curve नहीं होगा. That is called as region of absence. Is this okay? Do you understand? So yes, for when I'm saying for this value of x, for this range of x, for this interval of x, y does not exist. What is the meaning of y does not exist in the real number system?
It will be maybe imaginary.
Absolutely right. Very good. Very good, Swapnil. So when I can't draw in real number system, if the number is imaginary, I can't draw it on single axis. X के लिए अगर y negative or y square is becoming negative, then is it possible in real number system that y square is becoming negative?
No.
No, ma'am.
No, and that's why, and that's why what will be the thing that particular range. For example, suppose you have y square is equal to a into a minus a plus x upon a minus x. Suppose this is your equation. Okay, y square is equal to a into a plus x upon a minus x. Then for what is going to happen for x greater than a?
The
what will happen?
square y square is equal to
It will be
negative
negative
I.
and y square
Yes.
equals to negative.
Yes. So if x is greater than a, for example, x is equal to 2a, तो denominator क्या हो जाएगा? Negative हो जाएगा ना?
Yes, ma'am.
And numerator will be positive. So in all, y square will become negative. Is that possible in real number system?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No. So x is equal to a जो line है, इसके आगे, this is x greater than a ना, the curve won't exist here. So this is region of absence. Are you getting it? Is this clear? Similarly, for x less than minus a, what will happen? X is less than minus a, तो ये तो minus of minus plus हो जाएगा. But here it will become, for example, x is equal to minus 2a. So a minus 2a will become negative.
Yes, ma'am.
And then again y square will become negative. So no curve for x less than minus a also. Getting it? So what is the region of absence? X greater than a and x less than minus a is the region of absence for this particular. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So that I have already said you in the notes, so I am not going to give you in the written. लेकिन region of absence समझ में आया तो कब find करना easy होगा? If you are able to write down this y square in terms of x like this separately, explicitly, so that y square becomes negative, you will be able to understand. Yes, for this value of x, what will happen to y square? It will become negative, which is not possible to draw in real number system, and hence no curve exists in this particular region. That is called as region of absence. So this will be asked in your MCQ for 2 marks. What is the region of absence for this curve? So x greater than a and x less than minus a is the region of absence for this particular curve. Is it okay? समझ में आया क्या?
Ma'am, what about implicit functions?
Yes. In case of implicit function, what we have to do in that equation only we have to try to put the values in such a way that again y square की negative होने के बाद ही हम लोग बोल सकते हैं कि imaginary हो रहा है and this values are not possible. For that, we have to select, substitute the entire implicit function and then check what happens to the value of y square. Is it okay? Is this clear? We'll see in the equation. Examples. Yes or no?
Ma'am, can I explain
Yes,
once
ma'am.
again?
Region of absence. See, given question, first of all, try to write down in this form. Again, y square, either y square in terms of x or x square in terms of y. Okay? So that what will happen? Y square is equal to a plus x upon a minus x. ये आपका इक्वेशन है. तो अगर x greater than a है, for example 2a, तो a minus 2a will be negative. This will be positive. Overall, the right hand side is negative. Can y square be negative? Can y square be negative? Purva.
No, ma'am.
So, yeah. So if y square is negative, that means it is imaginary. So I cannot draw it in real number system. That's why for x greater than a, there won't be any curve. It is not possible to draw the curve.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Similarly, if x is less than minus a, for example, minus 2a. So a minus 2a is minus a minus or minus plus 2a will become 3a. In or y square again will become negative. So for x less than minus a also no curve will exist. So what's the region of absence? X greater than a and x less than minus a is your region of absence. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So now considering all these points, symmetry point, origin lies on the curve or not, tangent, node, cusp, then asymptotes, region of absence, and special derivative, dy by dx 0 and dy by dx infinity. We are going to draw the curves. Okay. So let us start with the first one, the first curve. This all I have sent you in the notes, so I am not giving you again separately. Let's take down the first question. Trace the curve. Trace the curve. Just a second. Y square into trace the curve y square into 2a minus x is equal to x cube. Y square is equal to 2a minus x is equal to x cube. Who will tell me how we start? The first point is symmetry. I'll do the first question, second one one time. The first point is symmetry. Whose powers are even?
Y.
Powers of y are even. Therefore, the curve is
X-axis.
symmetric about, correct, symmetric about, yes, about x-axis. Okay, so that means you have to check only what happens above x-axis. I'm writing in short. That means check what happens in first and second one. Is it okay? Is there any other symmetry? There is no need to go for other symmetry. Once you got one symmetry, it's more than sufficient. Because now your area is restricted to only first and second quadrant. Whatever happens there, same thing will happen down. Okay? Second point is whether origin lies or not. What can you say? Is there any absolute constant in the equation?
No, there is no
Two.
absolute constant.
Very good. Origin lie on, correct, lie on curve as there is no absolute constant in one. Okay. Once origin is there, find tangent at origin. So tangent at origin. How do you find tangent at origin? Compare the smallest degree term to 0. Compare the smallest degree term to 0. So what is that smallest degree term?
X is equals to 2a.
See properly whether x is equal to 2a is the smallest degree term.
2a
What
y
is that?
square.
Absolutely
And
right.
y square.
Yes. X into y square is x degree 3. Isn't it? If you split it, it is y square into 2a minus xy square minus x cube is equal to 0. So which is the smallest degree term in the entire expression?
Y square.
Yes, y square into 2a. So comparing y square into 2a is equal to 0. We get y square is 0. That means y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 twice. Therefore, there exists, this is the symbol for there exists. There exists two real equal tangents at origin. Two real equal tangents at origin. So what is origin? Therefore, origin is, if you get two equal tangents, what type of point is origin? It's a double point, huh? Yes.
Yes.
Double
It is a
point.
cusp. It's a double point and it is a cusp. Very good. Therefore, origin is cusp. याद आ रहा है क्या कल किया था हम लोगों ने? एक बार ऊपर से आएगा, then it will go down again. Like this was the cusp. So since y is equal to 0 means x-axis. So once above and once below. This is because of the symmetry of the x-axis. Is it okay? Clear? Yeah. So we got origin, we got tangent at origin, we got symmetry. What is the next point? Whether any this curve which is there now, it may come again back to x-axis, like this. It may come like this x-axis if there is a point of intersection with x-axis. So now you have to find point of intersection. So the third point is points on coordinate axis. Yes. How do you find points on coordinate axis?
Taking x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0.
Absolutely. Very good. So if I put x is equal to 0 in the equation 1, put x is equal to 0, you get y square into 2a minus 0 is equal to 0. That is y square is equal to 0, or that is y is equal to 0. I'm finding point. So no use of writing y is equal to 0 2 times. So what's the point that this gives you? This gives you origin 0, 0. समझते हैं आप? We are getting only one point from x is equal to 0. Now you put y is equal to 0. Put y is equal to 0, what you get? X cube is equal to 0. यहाँ पे equation 1 है ना? In 1. This is also in 1. So you get x cube is equal to 0 means again x is equal to 0. So this also gives you 0, 0. That means there is only one point origin which is on the x-axis as well as on the y-axis. Clear? No other point the curve cuts the x-axis or y-axis and no other point. समझ में आ रहा है? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is, after getting this, and let's see whether we have some asymptotes. Then we will try to combine everything together and put it in the diagram. Asymptote parallel to x-axis. How do we get asymptote parallel to x-axis? Go through the notes that we have written. Compare to 0 the coefficient of highest power of x. What is the coefficient of highest power of x?
1 minus 1.
Minus 1.
Absolutely. Yeah, correct. You are writing in the form f of x comma y is equal to 0, and then coefficient of x cube is minus 1, which cannot be 0. Can it be 0? Can minus 1 be 0?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
No.
Therefore, no asymptote parallel to x-axis. Is it okay? जो हो ही नहीं सकता तो उससे मुझे asymptote मिलेगा ही नहीं ना, -1 0 हो ही नहीं सकता. So no asymptote parallel to x-axis. I told yesterday also in the class, if the coefficient of the highest power is constant, you don't get asymptote. Now look at y square. Asymptote parallel to y-axis. What is the highest power of y?
2a minus x.
2a minus x.
Yes, power of y, highest power of y is y square, and its coefficient is 2a minus x. So comparing the coefficient of highest power of y to 0, you can get 2a minus x is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2a is the asymptote parallel to y-axis. Is it okay?
Y-axis.
Clear? Still, we have not drawn anything. I'm just finding what all the points that we considered yesterday. We are trying to write down the explanation for it. Now let's go to the last point, that is region. Region of absence and presence. The first we find region of absence. Other than this, all is the region of presence. Okay. So what it is? How will you find the region of absence? Which variable can be written as other variable or explicit variable? Y square is equal to
X cubed by 2a minus x.
Very good.
And when x will be greater than 2a.
Very good. Absolutely right. He has understood it very correctly. Others, Saurabh has understood. Others, do you understand? Y square is equal to x cubed by 2a minus x. So y square कभी negative होगा. Either numerator should be negative or denominator should be negative. कोई भी एक negative होना चाहिए. दोनों अगर negative हुए, then there is no problem. They get cancelled and it will become positive. Isn't it? So either x should be greater than 2a. If x is greater than 2a, then what will happen?
Curve doesn't exist.
Yes. So for example, for your convenience, I am writing this, and there is no need to write such type of explanation. For your understanding, I am writing it. That is, say x is equal to 3a, then y square will become 3a square cube divided by 2a minus 3a, which is negative. And therefore, y square cannot be negative. Hence, no curve for x greater than 2a. Is there any other condition?
X less than 0.
Correct. Also for x less than 0, x cube will be less than 0. And therefore, y square will be negative term divided by 2a minus into negative term. So denominator will become positive now. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And again, y square cannot be negative. Therefore, no curve for x less than 0. No curve for x less than 0. Is this clear to everyone? These are all the points that should be considered for tracing the curve.
Ma'am, can you please explain the fifth point again?
Yeah. In the fifth point, we are going to find the region. If y is written in terms of x, then the conditions will be on x. तो ऐसी कौन सी कंडीशन x पे है जिसकी वैल्यूज के लिए y स्क्वायर नेगेटिव हो रहा है? That's what we have to check. So y square is becoming negative for x greater than 2a. अगर मैंने x greater than 2a की कोई भी वैल्यू दी, for example 3a, तो डिनोमिनेटर नेगेटिव हो रहा है, न्यूमरेटर पॉजिटिव है. तो ओवरऑल ये टर्म क्या हो गया? नेगेटिव. और क्या y square भी नेगेटिव? Can y square be negative? No. So that means no curve exists for x greater than 2a. Similarly, अगर x less than 0 रहा, तो x is negative, x cube भी negative हो जाएगा. x is negative, negative into negative will become positive. So y square overall में negative number upon positive number होगा, which is totally a negative number. Again, y square cannot be negative. So no curve for x less than 0 also. So what's the region of adjacence? X greater than 2a and x less than 0. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Clear now everyone, all the points?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We have to use this, we have to use this theory and try to draw it. Okay? So I have to finish writing this so that I will love it and I will draw the curve.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So let me show how I am going to draw it. First thing that we got is the curve is symmetric about x-axis. So whatever will happen, I will above x-axis, same thing will happen here. Then we got that origin is there on the curve. Origin is there on the curve and it's a cusp. Okay. So whenever it is a cusp, either it can be this side or it can be this side. I don't know which side the cusp like this. What is the minimum cusp? It can be like this or it can be like this. Is it okay? Why? Because which is the tangent? Which is the tangent that we got y is equal to 0. This is the line y is equal to 0. This is the line x is equal to 0. Correct ना? समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
Left hand side में हो सकता है या फिर right hand side में हो सकता है. So I have to identify for that which side the curve like this. तो और उससे भी ज़्यादा सिर्फ ये अकेला point है क्या? जो increase होते जा रहा है and there is nothing which is coming back. For that we found point of intersection. तो x axis और y axis पे एक ही point है, that is the origin. तो ये curve ऐसे ऊपर जाएगा या फिर इस साइड से ऊपर. Okay? Right? After that we saw asymptote. We didn't get any asymptote parallel to x axis. नहीं मिला. सिर्फ asymptote parallel to y axis मिला. X is equal to 2a. What I told you is the meaning of asymptote. The curve will meet this line at infinity.
Infinite tangent.
Correct. It's an infinite tangent. That means curve इस line को infinity पे मिलेगा. तो curve इस side से आ सकता है या फिर इस side से आ सकता है. Correct ना?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. तो अभी आपको hint मिल रही है कि कौन सी side curve होगा?
हम left side से.
यहाँ left side. Yes. So that we should confirm now. So how we are going to confirm that with the help of region. We saw that for x greater than 2a, no curve. That's why there is no curve this side, that means the cusp will be this side. Also, for x less than 0, we got no curve. So cusp यहाँ पे हो ही नहीं सकता, यहीं पे होगा. So if I get it like this and it will be like this at infinity. Why symmetry of x-axis and getting this curve? That's a curve. Is that clear? As simple as that. समझ में आया क्या?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So draw the curve. Then I'll give you another question. You try to solve this. Should I give you the next question?
Yes, ma'am.
Trace the curve. Trace the curve. X into x square plus y square is equal to x into x square plus y square is equal to a into x square minus y square. A into x square minus y square, where a is greater than 0. Where a is greater than 0. Try to identify the points of curve tracing quickly. Take 2 minutes and then we try to draw the curve. First is symmetry. Where is the curve symmetric? Each point will come from two-dimensional axis. Symmetry along with origin, tangent and origin, then asymptotes parallel to x-axis, parallel to y-axis, region of absence, special derivatives d by dx point and so on. Yeah, then what is the symmetry? First point is always symmetry.
Ma'am, around
About
X.
x-axis.
So everyone is clear because the powers of y are even. Powers of x seem here even, but here it is x into x square, which is 3. It's odd. Therefore, only powers of y are even. Powers of y are even. Therefore, curve is symmetric about
x-axis.
x-axis. Then, second point, whether origin lies or not. Is there any?
Lies, ma'am.
There is no fixed, there is no absolute. Suppose someone had a quantum minimum absolute constant. A should be present alone without any variable. So A is present here with the help of these two variables. So it's not absolute constant. So there is no absolute constant in given equation of curve. Therefore, origin lies on curve. Then you will find tangent at origin. So how do you find tangent at origin? Compare the smallest degree term. So write everything on one side first. What it is, x cube plus xy square minus a into x square minus y square is equal to 0. So which is the smallest degree term? Which is the smallest degree term?
X square minus y square.
X square minus y.
So x square minus y square is 0. That means x square is equal to y square. So what is this? Y is equal to plus or minus x. Correct? Yeah? Or x is equal to plus
Yes,
or
ma'am.
minus y. Both of them are same. So that means there exists two real
Two tangents.
distinct, correct?
Distinct.
Tangents at origin. So ये कौन सा point है? Double point है. That means origin is 0, 0 is double point. What type of double point? When the tangents are
Node.
yes, is a node. When the tangents are distinct. One time will come like this, that time this will be the tangent, and then again it is crossed, and this will be the tangent. So it's a node. Okay? Yes. Next, other point of intersection. So देखो अगर node है तो there is a chance that if this is on x-axis, there will be one more point on x-axis. So that's the need to move ahead. So try to find the point of intersection. Point of coordinate axis. Put x is equal to 0 and find what is the value of y, and put y is equal to 0 and find the value of x.
Ma'am, x is equal to a.
X is equal to a, right? A comma 0. So put y is equal to 0. So if you put y is equal to 0, x cube is equal to ax square. समझ में आ रहा है क्या? I'm just putting y is equal to 0. So this will be 0, this will be 0. So x cube is equal to ax square. So that means what? Either x is 0 or x is a. You get both the points. Cancel करने के लिए non-zero का value x non-zero should be removed ना that condition. So when x is 0, then this equation is satisfied. If x is not 0, then x is equal to a. So what is your point? Point 1 is 0, 0 and point 2 is a, 0. Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone. And similarly,
Yes, ma'am.
x is equal to 0. करो x is equal to 0 इस इक्वेशन में, तो राइट हैंड साइड का तो y चला, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का y चला जाएगा, and left hand side, right hand side get y square is equal to 0. That means y is equal to 0. So this point is just given. 0, 0. Okay? Yes,
Yes,
or no? Then asymptote parallel to x-axis parallel to y-axis. Compare the coefficient of highest power of x to 0. What is the coefficient of highest power of x?
1.
1. तो उसके बारे में सोचो ही मत. Asymptote parallel to x-axis is not there. No asymptote parallel to x-axis. Because
X
coefficient,
plus
yeah, coefficient of x cube is 1. Yeah. What about asymptote parallel to y-axis?
x is equals to minus a.
I think so. That's right. Just see now. Is it minus? Correct.
Minus a, man.
Correct. Absolutely right. कैसे किया देखो. Left hand side में you have x y square and right hand side you have minus a y square. Correct, na? Everyone, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
तो कोएफिशिएंट क्या हुआ y square का? X plus a is equal to 0. So that means x is equal to minus a is asymptote parallel to y-axis. Okay, fine. Now check whether you can write it explicitly so that you can find region of x. Just now I wrote coefficient of y square is a plus x or x plus a. What will be the right hand side in all terms of x? क्या होंगे वो? ax square minus x cube है क्या? देखो. Is this like this? Is it like this? Is y in terms of x like this?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone.
Yes.
So yes, tell me the region of absence now. Who will tell Kavita? You are there, Kavita?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
was it? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, what will be the region of absence? Y square negative होना चाहिए. Y square से negative. Forget about whatever is.
That's from. Okay.
You can't see.
Yes, ma'am. My network is not working, so I was asking for photos only.
Okay, fine. Sakshi, can you see the board? Sakshi,
Yes,
are
ma'am.
okay? Yeah. So for which value of x, y square will be negative?
X is less than minus a.
Well, denominator will become negative if x is less than minus a. Any number less than minus a. It is minus 2a suppose. Correct? So a minus 2a will become negative and this will become a minus or minus plus. So numerator is positive but denominator is negative. That's why y square will become negative, which is not possible. Therefore, no curve for x less than minus a. Yes. Gila, any other region where y square will become negative? Look at the equation.
X can be greater than a.
Very
Is
good.
great.
Absolutely right. If x is greater than a, for example, x is equal to 2a. Okay, then a minus 2a, this term will be negative, this is positive, y square in all will be negative, which is not possible. Therefore, no curve. Is it okay? So what's the region of absence? X less than minus a and x greater than a. This is the region of absence. Region of absence. तो जो भी कुछ होगा वो कहाँ पे होगा? कर्व कहाँ पे एडजस्ट हो रहा है? a से माइनस a से a के बीच में ही एडजस्ट हो रहा है. Yes or no? I draw.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so whatever happens in between minus a to a, and that is what we have to draw with the help of all these points. So try to draw now. ओरिजिन है, दूसरा पॉइंट भी आपको मिल गया, 1,0 पॉइंट मिल गया. First point is origin 0,0. Second point is a,0. Right? So the node, if it exists, it will exist between these 2 points. Origin is the node. So what it will be? Something like this. Then it will go like this, and it will go like this. What is the asymptote that
x is equals to minus a.
so
Asymptote.
x is equal to minus a, this line. X is equal to minus a is your asymptote. That means this curve will meet this line at infinity, this side and this side. Isn't it? If it has to be
Yes.
closed like this, it should have a tangent here. That we have not checked. If you want, you can check it. यहाँ पे टेंजेंट होने के बाद ही ये ऐसे क्लोज कर्व होगा. ये तो ऐसे भी तो हो सकता था. Suppose like this. Can you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
तो ये क्यों नहीं होगा? ये ऐसे ही क्यों है? एक तो वो नोड है इसलिए वो क्लोज होना चाहिए और ऐसे आएगा कर्व. या फिर दूसरी चीज क्या कर सकते हैं, हम लोगों को स्पेशल पॉइंट मिला है 1,0. So you can find dy by dx at a,0. dy by dx at a,0, and what will that turn out to be? It will be infinity. dy by dx will turn out to be infinity. That is tangent is perpendicular to x-axis or parallel to y-axis. So that's your tangent. Are we getting it? What is the tangent? X is equal to a is the tangent at this point. अभी हम लोगों ने किया ना सुबह tangent at special point. You can check that. dy by dx at a,0 will be infinity. Are you getting it? How it will be infinity? If you are not, you please ask me, because this is very important. Just see here. This is the equation. Y square is equal to.
Explain it once again.
Yeah.
Ma'am, the graph.
Yes. You got origin as 1 point. Let's see. You got origin as 1 point. Second point is a,0. So 0,0, a,0. And 2 points. Now the curve does not exist. No curve for x greater than a and no curve for x less than minus a. तो जो भी कुछ हो रहा है minus a और a के बीच में हो रहा है. So you get the boundaries. Okay. Now this 2 point have to be joined. ये 2 point join करने क्योंकि वो curve पे है. Smoothly have to join. So you can have like this cusp type of thing, or you can have more like thing. But what is happening at origin? You say that you are getting a double point which is a node. So it should be like this. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if I want to come and move smoothly like this line should be tangent at this point, a,0. बराबर? अगर मुझे कर्व ऐसे स्मूथली ड्रॉ करना है तो यहाँ पे मुझे इस पॉइंट पे वो tangent होगा, उसके बाद कुछ नहीं है. So this line should be a tangent. So how I guarantee that it is a tangent? This is the special point a,0 which lie on the curve. I will find dy by dx at this a,0. If it turns out to be infinity, tangent is parallel to y-axis. That is this. If dy by dx was 0, tangent would have been parallel to x-axis. Then it is like this. So the curve ऐसे आता है. समझ में आ रहा है क्या?
Yes, ma'am.
लेकिन वो कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे? Look at this equation. Y square is equal to x square into a minus x upon a plus x. तो यहाँ पे जब डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे तो 2y divided by dx आएगा. And this will be some expression in x, where x is finite. A value है ना x की. Look at the point. It is a. So that the derivative which will be there will be finite. But this 2y will go in the denominator. ये 2y डिनोमिनेटर में जाएगा और यहाँ पे कुछ x का एक्सप्रेशन होगा जिसमें हम x की वैल्यू a पुट करेंगे तो वो फाइनाइट आएगा या फिर मैक्सिमम क्या आएगा 0. then we have to see who goes faster to 0 or infinity. So 0 upon infinity, what it is upon 0, sorry, This y square. What is the value of y here? The value of y is 0. So anything by 0 is infinity.
Yes.
Okay, and that's why your dy by dx will become infinity, which I have written here. So I have not shown you the derivative, but it is very clear from this expression y square, that 2y dy by dx will be derivative of this, which will be in terms of x, meaning x की value finite at a, तो वो कुछ fixed value लेगी, divided by derivative of 2y square is 2y, which will come in the denominator. When I put y is equal to 0, it will be something like finite number by 0, which is infinity. That's why dy by dx at this point is infinity. That means tangent is parallel to y-axis, which is nothing but x is equal to a. That means this is the tangent, and that's why the curve is like this. But what about this part? ये part जो आ रहा है, obviously origin is double point, तो यहाँ से दो strings या दो curves के part निकलने चाहिए. तो वो कैसे guarantee हो रहा है कि x is equal to minus a? We saw that it's an asymptote. They are not. X is equal to minus a is an asymptote. Asymptote means what? This curve will make this line at infinity. तो यहाँ से ये curve आके इसको infinity पे touch करेगा. So that will be our example. Is it okay? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
समझते क्या सगळ्यांना? Because this is what is important to trace the entire curve. ये points आपको एग्जाम में आ जाएंगे. What is asymptote, parallel to x-axis, parallel to y-axis? Because those are straightforward thing. Comparing the coefficients to get the answer. But when you want to draw it, again, this points will be important. What will be in your exams for MCQ is okay. They give you this curve and this equation. They say this. What is the curve represented by this equation? Then you have to see origin is there. Yeah, इस curve में origin है. फिर क्या हो रहा है? आउटपुट सिमेट्री. X axis पे सिमेट्री है. इस कर्व में X axis पे सिमेट्री है. Then with the asymptote x is equal to minus a plus asymptote. Yes, that means this is origin. तो चार कर्व जो देंगे उसमें एक कर्व में origin नहीं होगी, दूसरे कर्व में origin होगी लेकिन एक बार नहीं होगा, तीसरे कर्व में सिमेट्री नहीं हो सकती है. So identifying for an exam point of view is very easy, not at all difficult. But when you want to trace the entire curve, all these 5 points only will help you to draw the exact curve. Okay? Yes? Is it clear? So next one you will try to do on your own. Totally खुद से करने की कोशिश करो. Should I give? Then only you'll get the confidence that you can do it. Okay? Take down. xy square is equal to xy square is equal to a square into a minus x. Xy square is equal to a square into a minus x. Xy square is equal to a square into a minus x. वही पॉइंट सभी कंसीडर करते हैं. सबसे पहले सिमेट्री, देन ओरिजिन लाइज और नॉट. ओरिजिन के बारे में बोल सकते हो कि डायरेक्टली इमीडिएटली?
नो, ओरिजिन पे लाई नहीं करता मैंने.
Correct. Origin is not here. Origin is not there on the curve because there is an absolute constant. A you keep that constant alone. That's why origin is not there. What about the symmetry?
About x-axis.
X-axis.
Correct. Symmetry about x-axis. The term is symmetry about x-axis. Because power of y is equal. Second, origin is not there. If the origin नहीं है, तो tangent and origin का question ही नहीं आता. Origin is not at on curve. Okay. So what else you can see? Any other point of intersection or x intersects y intersects.
1,0 में.
Yes. So at first you write down y square is equal to a square into a minus x upon x. This is one way to write it. So when y is equal to 0, you get x is equal to a. ये तो 0 हो जाएगा, लेकिन a minus x is equal to 0 बन जाएगा. So x is equal to a. So the point is a comma 0. And if you put x is equal to 0, you don't get anything. If you put x is equal to 0, yes. If you put x is equal to 0, what is happening to y?
Infinity.
If x is 0, then what is y?
Infinity.
Yes.
Infinity.
When x is 0, y is going to 1 by 0, that is infinity. So what's the hint? The points will only trigger you. X is 0, तो y infinity को जा रहा है, मतलब क्या होगा?
Y-axis asymptote.
Correct, absolutely right. मतलब तो जैसे x 0 की तरफ बढ़ रहा है, y is going to infinity. Where is infinity about? So either this side or this side. समझ में आ रहा है? So you go for asymptote next. So fourth one is asymptote parallel to y-axis. Asymptote parallel to y-axis. How do you find coefficient of, what is the coefficient of highest power of y? X. So x is equal to 0 is the asymptote parallel to y-axis. Is there any asymptote parallel to x-axis? Yes, go ahead and try to see. Try to solve. Is there any asymptote parallel to x-axis? This question is not asked in MCQ, it can be asked. Is there any asymptote parallel to x-axis? What is the coefficient of highest power of x?
1.
No. X into y square, and here there is minus will come this side, it will become plus a square x. So it is x into y square plus a square is equal to 0. So what's the coefficient? Not 0. What's the coefficient? Y square plus a square is equal to 0. So is this possible in real number system?
No, no.
So y square cannot be minus a square, and therefore no asymptote parallel to x-axis. It's imaginary. We cannot draw it. So no asymptote parallel to x-axis. Okay? Yes or no? So from whatever points we have drawn just now, what we have got is intercepts क्या कर रही है? एक ही पॉइंट मिला है, a, 0, and we know that x is equal to 0 is asymptote parallel to y-axis. Origin is not there. Curve is symmetric about x-axis. मतलब जो x-axis के ऊपर होगा वही x-axis के नीचे भी होगा. Now what have to find? a, 0, yeah, a, 0 special point मिला है ना, तो यहाँ पे dy by dx find करें. Find what is happening to this one. How is it? Region also you have to find. Correct? Region also you have to find. So region of absence. What is the region of absence?
X is greater than A and X
Before
is less than 0.
Correct. X is greater than A and X is
less than 0.
मतलब यहाँ पे बाउंड्री आएगी, तो इस पॉइंट में डिवाइड बाय x इंफिनिटी रहेगा. ओके, एंड x लेस देन 0 यहाँ पे भी नहीं है. So no curve here and no curve here also for x greater than a. That means whatever happens in between this two, तो कहाँ से जाएगा? सिमेट्री से आपके नीचे वाला कर्व आ जाएगा. So it will be like this if what? If this is the tangent, या फिर कर्व ऐसे भी हो सकता है. Are you getting it? अगर ये tangent है, the curve will be like this. And if this is the tangent, curve will be like this. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
तो कंफर्म कैसे करोगे? कंफर्म कैसे करोगे? Find dy by dx at a comma 0. Find and tell me what it is, infinity or 0. क्या होगा? How will you find dy by dx? What this is 1. 2 by dy by dx will become equal to x into derivative of the numerator, which is minus a square, minus a square into a minus x into derivative of denominator, that is 1 with respect to x, upon x square. What is your point? A comma 0 is your point. And
It would
that's
be
why-
infinity, ma'am.
Correct. So dy by dx will become equal to, put the value of x is equal to a. तो ये क्या होगा? Minus a cube. a अगर पुट किया तो ये 0 हो गया. Minus a cube upon x की वैल्यू है a. So a square into 2y. 2y मैंने नीचे किया 2 into 0. So it is minus a by 0, which is infinity. Is it okay? That means this is not the curve, tangent is parallel to
Vertical
the x,
tangent.
and then this is not. Clear? Is it okay? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now take break for 5 minutes and come back. We will start with, I will give you one more question, maybe a bit different, and then we'll go for parametric curves. So today, the second part of parametric curves also we'll try to complete, and then if time permits, we'll start with polar also. So is this Cartesian thing clear? Because everything will be, I'll give you MCQ questions in the first 5-10 minutes. Let's see whether you have understood. Okay, take 5 minutes break. It's 9:32. We'll start again at 9:38. Okay.